Welcome, basketball fans. We're live here in the beautiful city of Osijek in Croatia at the Gradski VRT Hall. It is the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers as our host Croatia will indeed be taking on Israel. Well, this is a Group E fixture already. You can see both Croatia and Germany getting crucial wins in this window. Both teams looking to finish this group off with the top brackets. Croatia currently top of this Group E. The only team winless is Cyprus, and they will not be going to the second round. You see the standings, Israel with those two crucial wins against Cyprus, but they would like to very much finish this window with a third win. Remember, the results you attain in windows 1, 2, and 3 in round 1 will then come into play in the second round in windows 4, 5, and 6 to find out who will book their tickets to the summer of 2027 in Doha, Qatar. Well, that's what these two teams want. It's been a very long time since either Israel or Croatia have gone to a FIBA Basketball World Cup. I mean, Croatia, they featured in 3 of them, was coming in 3rd place back in 1994, while Israel, on the other hand, well, they've only ever been to 2 Basketball World Cups. And Ariel Beit Halafmi, well, he's brought some key players, one of them being Yam Madad, but he knows full well it's going to be a tough test against the mighty super Mario Hezonja. Quite a few of these Israeli players did feature at the Eurobasket last summer. Kadeem Carrington being one of them we already saw. And there's Adam Ariel. It's been quite a while since he's worn the blue and white of Israel. Well, the Croatians, of course, they've only had 1 defeat in this group. They're 4-1, but they are top of Group E. And a lot of talk about the phenomenal performance of Mario Hezonja. There's Dario Saric. And no doubt, they will be coming into this game with a big point to prove. They want to finish top of the group. It's a massive, monumental win for them against Cyprus, winning 123-50. And Mario Hezonja, well, he made a bit of history that night, setting off a triple-double with 11 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists. He also had 3 steals for that matter. But he's got some help. Goes Jalen Smith, very quiet game for him, only chipping in 4 points, but a big, big play coming from the likes of the Vita Zubac, finishing with a double-double of 24 points and 11 boards. And the Croatians know it has been a long time since going to a Basketball World Cup. But now, basketball fans, it's the best part of the afternoon, as now we'll stand for the national anthems of these 2 beautiful countries of Israel and Croatia. National anthems of both Croatia and Israel have been sung, and now it's time to introduce 3 very important people for tonight's game. And those are 3 referees and 1 commissioner. I should say 4, actually. commissioner and technical delegate for this evening's matchup. Well, there they are, three of the very finest, and we're very proud to say we have three amazing referees for tonight's game, as well as our technical delegate. Well, there they are, of course, from Bulgaria, we have Martin Harazov. From Belgium, we have Gert Jacobs. And from Lithuania, we have Juozas Barakolskis. The technical delegate and commissioner for tonight's game is Andreas Papadopoulos, coming from Greece. So a big thank you to all of our referees who've done a magnificent job in all of our competitions. And they'll continue to do a great one tonight. I just wonder how head coach Ariel Beit-Halakmi is going to start this lineup. I would imagine Madar and Kadeem Carrington will feature in the starting five in the backcourt, but we have seen Carrington come off the bench. Former Hapoel Yerushalayim player Adam Ariel, because he was only with them for the 2021-22 season before going to their arch rivals. I say arch rivals, they're Tel Aviv rivals, also in red and white. While Carrington, Madar will be in the backcourt. Delonsky will also be starting with Yotam Hanoki and Yair Kravitz. It does leave the likes of Noam Yaakov coming off the bench, as well as Guy Palatin. These Israelis know a lot is going to have to run through the likes of Madar, and there he is, because they had a monumental win at the Eurobasket last summer. Also currently the head coach of Hapoel Afula, started his coaching career back in 1999 with Elitza Givat Shmuel. While Croatia, of course, it's like a superstar team. You got Super Mario, the two bigs of both Dario Saric and Ivica Zubac, but just to see what kind of lineup they do come out with here tonight. This team does have a formidable depth in them. I think Tomislav Mijatovic, well, we're going to find out how Coach Mijatovic is going to go. Now, Jalen Smith actually has just signed in the Israeli Winter League for next season. Super Mario along with Dario Saric, Marko Bajim, and Ivica Zubac. That's quite a big lineup for the Croatians. You have the likes of Radovcic and Brankovic all coming off the bench tonight. Croatia do have quite a legendary coaching staff. I mean, there is head coach Tomislav Mijatovic, who's taking over as the head coach of Hrvatska, Croatia in 2025 after working in Turkey for well over a decade, starting back in 2010. He started as an assistant with KK Sabona. He's looking at quite an impressive assistant coaching staff, the likes of Dražen Oreskovic. His other assistant is Ivan Thomas, who back in 2005 played for Ritas Vilnius. Well, they know what they've got to do. Move to 5-1. The more victories you get, the more likely you're going to qualify for the Basketball World Cup. But it's easier said than done. I mean, Israel, they'll be coming here with a point to prove. That's for sure. In the case of Croatia, they haven't gone to a Basketball World Cup in well over a decade. Back in 2014 and 1994 in Canada, that was their best finish, finishing in third place, just falling short of making it to the finals. It's unfortunately for Croatia, they ended up losing to the runners-up Russia back in 1994, but defeated Greece by 18 points. Well, as we said with the Israelis, having only gone to 2 Basketball World Cups, I mean, it has been quite a long time for them. Last time for them was 1986, as now the official sponsor, the Tissot countdown to tip-off, is underway. It was a rough ride in the last window for head coach Ariel Beit-Halakmi. That big defeat they had against Croatia, but it doesn't get any more convenient tonight. Now they're on the road. We are live here at the Gradsky VRT Hall. Once hosted the 2009 World Men's Handball Championship. But tonight, it's an even bigger stakes. As now it will be the final game of the first round here in window number 3. Group E fixture, Croatia. In their home territory, the beautiful city of Osijek, the 4th biggest city in Croatia, as they'll take on the Israelis. I think the key question tonight, not only, well, 2 questions, is how they're going to defend Mario Hezonja, and how they're going to deal with the size of both Dario Saric and Ivica Zubac. We're going to see a lot of double teaming tonight, probably a lot of switching. Just imagine with this Israeli side that we see coming out, there's going to be a lot of 1 through 5 switching.
Well, here we go, fans. To all of our viewers watching Croatia, Srećno and idemo Hrvatska. To all of our fans in Israel,
Israel. It's going to be the Croatians who do have the first possession. Getting off to a good start is going to be crucial. Smith trying to find Darius Saric. Now they go quickly down to Ivica Zubac, and that's unguardable. And no double team came in time. And he does so magnificently, just avoiding any 3-second violation. One of Croatia's current NBA players. Yamada matched up by Jalen Smith. Time winding down here for Israel. They've got to make something happen quick. Mada still has it. Gets a shot off in the end, but that's not going to count. Croatia come up with a rebound. Don't necessarily have the numbers. But Azania twisting, turning, nice down. Oh my goodness! And idemo Hrvatska. Zuba went in with a big time flush. Well, I don't know what was more impressive. The dime from Mario. Well, the two-handed dunk, or the one-handed dunk from Ivica. Israel get a kick out in the corner. They'll go for an early 3. That's way off the mark. Mario coming up with his first rebound. Saric trying to get some seal off in the paint. Kicks out. They'll go for an early 3. This one's up, and they get their first trica. Oh, Croatia flying with confidence early on. That one knocked down by Rocco Bajim. Carrington getting that screen on the baseline. And an offensive foul is going to be called. Well, they've called an illegal screen against Ile Dolinski. So it's not been a great start here for the Israelis. Ivica Zubac coming up that high screen as Rocco Bajim, primary ball handler. Croatia going inside the paint. This is better from Kadeem Carrington. Mario flashes one more time. Are you kidding me? Big time play by Super Mario. And a deja vu moment. Well, the Croatian fans loving every moment of it. Timeout called by the Israelis. Currently trailing by 9 points early here in the first quarter.
Set screens. Please down, quick. Going for the zoom, for you, alright? Give no spacing,
What has been the Mario Hezonja show? That time finding Ivica Zubac. And then Mario cuts, gets a dime from Dario. And Ivica Zubac says, Avala brat. Big time dunk by Zubac in the paint. Well, it's the Zubac's world. We're just living in it at the moment. Right now, Croatia 4 out of 4 from the field. No points have been scored by Mario Hezonja. But Mario currently with 2 assists and 2 rebounds. The Israelis still looking for their first field goal. Well, they find Carrington on a curl screen. Little handoff, pulls up mid-range. And that's easily tucked away by Kadeem Carrington. Well, Jalen Smith now being matched up quite aggressively on defense. Zumats cuts in. They've made 1 3-pointer already. Now Jalen Smith, he'll fire a 3. And that one's knocked down, the second 3-pointer of the night. And Croatia just pass the ball so effectively. They get those good looks from the perimeter. What can the Israelis build on this offense? This is better to get a wide open look from the perimeter. It's not a bad offense. It's a wide open look. But just unable to connect as the foul is going to be called against Yair Kravitz. Almost 3 minutes played here in the first quarter. Currently a 10-point lead to Croatia. Jalen Smith just tries to beat the defense. That's a nice penetration by Dario Saric, and he gets rejected. That's better defense for the Israelis. Now caught in a tough double team. Oh, another no-look dime. Well, what did Mario Hezonja have for breakfast this morning? This man has eyes in the back of his head. Hezonja will inbound this one. I think he wants another triple-double. Finds Dario Saric. He'll fire a 3. And that's the third 3-pointer of the game for Croatia. That's also the third assist of Mario Hezonja. 13-point advantage currently to the Croatians. Carrington trying to find a bit of space. Yamada pulls up on the baseline. That's a second field goal for the Israelis, both coming from the mid-range. Maybe that's where they've got to find their points tonight. Mario with a post-up. Twisting, turning, goes all the way. Nearly got the and one. It's a hard foul committed by Dolinsky. That's going to be his second personal foul. Let's have a look here. Mario tried to twist. Wow, gets him right in the face. Well, his numbers have been magnificent so far here in the Basketball World Cup qualifiers. He's been averaging 21 points per game with 8 rebounds and under 6 assists, Mario Hezonja. Well, his story is magnificent. Born and raised in Dubrovnik. Drafted by the Orlando Magic in 2015 with the 5th pick in the first round. Had some great years playing in the NBA, finishing in 2020 after playing with the New York Knicks, the Portland Trail Blazers. But now loves playing in the Spanish ACB Liga Endesa with Real Madrid. Hezonja makes both free throws, extending it to a 13-point lead to Croatia. Ariel Beit Halachmi, head coach of Israel, watching on, but I think there's going to be a slight delay in game at the moment. Not sure what's happened here. Oh, Jalen Smith, great addition to this team. Just gives him that extra value in the backcourt. Nice. Jalen Smith spent last season playing in the Turkish Basketball Super League. Obviously will be on his way to play in the Israeli Winter League next season. Looks like a sideline possession is coming up here for Israel. Well, Coach Mijatovic, a dream start for him taking over as the national team head coach. Like I say, when you've got a team as good as this one, well, the sky is the limit. Because he's won continental championships. Because he won those as an assistant coach. When you talk about great coaching careers, and Ariel Beit Halachmi, he's definitely up there. I mean, talking about one of the most experienced coaches coming out of Israel. He's worked with some of the very best clubs within the Israeli Winter League, but one of the best parts of his coaching career is when he spent 2 seasons with Hapoel Eilat, the Sharks as they're known, down in the south of Israel. I think there's just a further conversation. I'm not sure what's happened here, if it's a delay in game because of a clock issue, but Martin Harazov, our referee from Bulgaria, just having a Friendly conversation there with head coach Ariel Beit Halachmi. Sideline possession here for the Israelis. Because they've got to find a way to turn this around. They don't want to go into windows 4, 5, and 6, beginning with only 2 wins. Carrington fires the 3. It's a little short. Lasagna comes up with a rebound. Finds Smith. Smith fires for 3. Lasagna make that 5 rebounds. And now he'll go for a deep one. It was actually Dario Saric with the boards, excuse me, but Zubats fights for it, goes in, and still come up with it. And they kick this one out to Mario. Smothered by Yamada as a high screen coming from Zubats. Mario again finds Zubats, baseline pass, and it's finished with ease. And Croatia, at the moment, just putting on a clinic. 5 points to Dario Saric, extending Croatia's lead to 15. Foul is going to be called on Jalen Smith. That's only going to be the first team foul against Croatia here in the first quarter. Well, Dario Saric currently has 5 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, so could we see another Croatian come up with a triple-double in this window? The Israelis getting ready for a change as Guy Palatin is going to come in here at the moment for Yair Kravitz. Currently playing in the Israeli Winter League, the domestic league, with Apoel. 26 years of age, a backcourt player standing at 189 centimeters. This Guy Palatin did play in 5 games at the Eurobasket this past summer. Not a natural scorer coming off the bench, but a very key addition for Ariel Beit Halachmi. Fans, we do apologize for just having a technical issue at the moment. Because we do thank you for all your patience. We're just trying to get this sorted out quite quickly. And while you're at it, well, make sure you follow the FIBA Basketball World Cup on all social media platforms. Follow us on Instagram, X, and Facebook. Be kept up to date with all the best news, highlights, and content, and all the best things that are happening across the windows. Remember, this is now going to be the end of the first round. Windows 1, 2, and 3. This is a Group E fixture. Top 3 teams in all groups will go on to Windows 4, 5, and 6 to find out which teams will book their tickets to Doha, Qatar in the summer of 2027 for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Now the play has just been sent to the bench. I mean, we're in one of the most beautiful towns here in Croatia. We're in Osijek. I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. We'll have a look at some replays. There's the kick out. It was Jalen Smith left wide open. Croatia's 3-point shooting has been tough so far, knocking down 3 out of 5. And that time a great block by Yair Kravitz. But here it was again. Dario Saric. Well, he's becoming an international icon. I mean, they're talking about Mario Hezonja on this platform participating in the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. They're talking about him not only in Europe, but in the Americas, in Asia. Everybody wants to get a piece, see the action of Mario Hezonja in Croatia. It's been 12 long years since making it to the 2014 Basketball World Cup. All of a sudden, you feel a bit of passion, a bit of optimism, and even in the domestic scene. KK Sabona joining the Basketball Champions League. So things looking better and brighter for Croatian basketball, getting back to where it was once, arguably one of the most dominant basketball countries in the world in the mid-90s. Well, Israel also want to build their legacy as well. They've got the personnel to do so. Bit of Spain stack pick and roll. Now 3 field goals. All have come off the dribble from the mid-range. 2 from Yamada, 1 from Kadeem Carrington. And if that's going to work tonight, they've got to keep going to it. Israel going into a 2-3 zone. Saric flashes high post. Saric nearly scoring off a lob pass. I mean, Zubats is big, but Dario, he's not that big. Let's have a look at it again. Now Israel switching back into a man-to-man matchup. Smith fires a 3. They've made 3 already. And they come up with another board. Zania wants to go for a back down. Defended by Yamada. Twisting, turning. Kicks out. Well, they'll go for a 4-3 in the corner. Finally, Israel come up with a rebound. Well, Croatia do have 4 offensive boards. Guy Palatine now penetrates. Yamada catching a tough one in the corner. Time is winding down here for the Israelis. Madara's got to go quick. Has to put up a circus shot off balance, and that's not going to go. Zubats comes up with the board. Well, they turn it over. And now Yamada can try to finish this one as he lays it up and cuts it down to an 11-point deficit. That's the first time tonight Israel have had a transition bucket. Well, they want to find Zubats. And it's another turnover, and here come the Israelis. Oh, it's a no-look dime. And you can see Netanel Artzi trying to find Kadeem Carrington. But that pass was just a little too quick. Well, here's a look at the turnover converted quickly from a Yamada layup. It was the tough shot by Yamada. He had to take that one because time was winding down, but that last turnover by Netanel Artzi, that's only the second turnover for the Israelis here in the second quarter. Well, they're back in the 2-3 zone. Yamada and Noam Yakov, who had a big season in the BCL this season with Falu Ostend. Well, Zubats thought Mario Hezania was going back door. Well, Mario wanted to go back door, but this gives Israel an opportunity to cut it down to single digits. Croatia now committing 3 turnovers. All of them happening in the last minute. Yamada. Little pick and pop. Guy Palatine pump fakes. Last Netanel Artzi, he gets fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line. And that's a much better patient buildup from the Israelis. Well, it's good vision by Guy Palatine. Like I said, they're going to have to play a lot more like this. Well, Netanel Artzi, originally from Kiryat Bialik, Israel, started his pro career with Maccabi Haifa back in 2014. But since 2023, he's played with Hapoel Hulania, the Achim Sagalim of the Israeli Basketball League, the Purple Brothers. Jalen Smith going to the bench. Artzi makes the first free throw. Well, he's always been known, whether it's for the Israeli national team or for Hapoel Hulania, as very much a sturdy, physical backcourt guard as he makes both free throws. Of course, this past season in the BCL, played 11 games, averaging 7.1 points per game, which is a bit of an improvement from his previous 2 seasons with Hulania. 9-point deficit. Croatia still in the lead at the moment. Croatia just needs to find a way to kind of break down the zone. Well, that's going to be 4 turnovers. So a bit of miscommunication between Mario and Dario. And it looks like a timeout is going to be called. 2:54 to go so far here in the first quarter. Israel's 2-3 zone defense right now disrupting Croatia's offense live here at the Gradski VRT Hall in the beautiful city of Osijek in Croatia. Let's listen now to Coach Mijatovic.
Doma, Šiši, ubacam se na high post. Zu, imam flash, kad Šiši primi imam flash low to low. Ubacam se i sila. Šuter, u redu. Napadimo ih sa normalnim spacingom protiv padne zone. Ti kad je primiš gore, idemo na jednostavan pas, jer oni sad dželova lopet dali. Samo jednostavne rješenja. Ili, ako si Šiši ubaci, Hezi uvijek ga čitaj da ima taj materijala pas na čega. Sve u najboljem vremenu. Igramo dalje, ajmo sad dobro malo pojačati. Ajmo dalje. Sve u redu.
Well, here's some earlier highlights. A little high-low action between Dario Saric and Ivica Zubac. And it was Jalen Smith. I mean, that's as good a pressure defense you're going to find, but what else is Israel supposed to do if you don't double quick enough? That's going to be tough. Well, what can Israel build on this? Nice little penetration, good kick out. They get a look from the three-point line. Oh, it's another good look from the three-point line, but it just won't go. Oh, nice little take, unable to finish. Israel challenging for it. But can they convert here in transition? Pallison had a look at three. Oh, little step back. Can they finally get one? What's another one? I mean, Israel getting these clean looks on the perimeter. They just won't go. Currently 0 for 5 from downtown. Azania gets fouled. And that's going to be free throws coming up for Mario. You can see there's a bit of frustration here against Israel's zone defense, but that takes time to break down. And eventually, Coach Mijatovic's players, they'll find that formula. Goes to threes on dropping at the moment. But Mario Zania now extending it to an 11-point lead. 4 points tonight for Mario Zania. Schluss also has 3 assists, 3 rebounds. Nice little penetration. That's another good look. They've attempted 5 and finally get one to go. Toda Rabba, as they would say. As Guy Palatin cutting it back down to 9 points. Oh, Ivica Zubac patiently waiting. And it's just too easy. I think Zubac. It's a nice little pump fake. Good penetration. Avoids the block. I think it's even better that he doesn't get blocked, but he's unable to finish. As Zania comes up with the board. Make that 4 boards for now for Mario. Mario gets it taken away. Good defense by Guy Palatin. Israel have numbers, but they're fouled in transition. That's not a bad foul because it's only the 3rd team foul. That's good defense by Guy Palatin. It's only Bajim's first personal foul of the game. So sideline possession. Croatia do have one to give of 103. Well, Ariel Beit Halafmi, if he could just get his team to minimize the amount of points they give away in the paint. Well, they look very good in transition, that's for sure. Because you got to love his assistant coaching staff. Yoav Shamir, currently of Hapoel Hulania, and Guy Kaplan, also in the 24-25 season in the BCL with Hapoel Hulania. So that coaching staff right now covered in purple and yellow. Yahim Sagalim. Zaytown Berg now will inbound this. Trying to run things here in the backcourt along with Noam Yakov. Yakov goes to his left. Nice little kick out to get an open look. It's another good play. It's a high percentage wide open 3, but here comes Croatia. Well, there's the backdoor cut. Saric goes in, unable to finish, and a foul has been given. Just as Benayoun came up with a rebound. So Dario Saric now going to the chariot stripe. Dario Saric could have as many rebounds or points as rebounds if he converts both free throws. He's got 5 points, 7 boards, and 2 assists. While Mario Zania Only 4 points, but 4 rebounds and 3 assists. I wonder if they've got a little battle going on between them to find out who gets that triple-double first tonight. As Eitan Berg will go to the bench. Berg 0 for 2 since coming into the game, only played 2 minutes and a half. Coach Mijatovic, though, knows his team is leading, but knows that lead might not last longer unless they keep on piling more pressure offensively. Šarić makes the first free throw. This is another one of the many greats of Croatia. Like Mario was also drafted in the first round at the year prior in 2014 in the first round with the 12th pick by the Orlando Magic. He spent last season playing with the Sacramento Kings. He'll be coming back to Europe. He'll be playing in the Turkish Basketball Super League in Istanbul. He'll be going back to play with the very team who he was with prior to going to the NBA. And I spent 2 seasons playing with KK Zabona before that. So change coming in for Croatia. So subbing into the game is Luka Božić. Ariel Beit-Halafmi just says to his team, listen, under 40 seconds, we could go 2 for 1. But they've got to build something here. Yakov. Well, Yamada goes back door. Guy Palatine tries to save it, but it goes out of bounds. Very unfortunate set of circumstances, but had the pass been a little bit better, that would have been a straight take to the bucket by Yamada. Well, the Israelis also making a change, so Netanel Artzi will go to the bench. He's now checking in Ben Yusor, as they want to go with a much bigger physical lineup. 6 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Mario, defended by Guy. Hazani, a little step back, goes up for it. Unable to connect. Now Israel have a bit of time here. Yakov turning up the tempo. Kicks out and loses control of it. That goes out of bounds. It will go back to Croatia. Ariel Adam. He got to feel for it. He's only just come into the game, but what can Croatia build here? Hazania goes long. Yamada goes the length of the floor, and that's not going to go in. So at the end of the first quarter, it is Croatia leading by 13, currently top of this group. The final game of Window 3, 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers. Well, it's been outstanding so far here from Croatia. But ever since Israel went into that 2-3 zone, you felt like Croatia's offense was just slightly slowed down. Israelis, well, we thought they hit a three-pointer early, but they're actually 0 for 7 from downtown. They have as many field goals from the inside the rainbow as Croatia. But let's look at the highlights from the first quarter. Well, it's Mario dime time. We saw this from Ivica Zubac cutting down the middle. And no Israeli defender was going to stand in the way of Mario with eyes in the back of his head. That's the Croatian vision. Nice little kick out this time coming from Rocco Bajim, and a wide open three-pointer from Jalen Smith. Well, Smith knocked it down. And then it became Dario Šaric's opportunity. 7 points, 7 boards, and 2 assists for Dario Šaric. And it was all flying in earlier when the Israelis went to a man-to-man matchup. But then Azania finding Zubac, one dump down again. Dario, right place, right time. Well, I've seen some good pasture plays so far here from the Israelis. That was a nice penetration from Noam Yakov. Now, this is what we thought was a three-pointer, but Guy Palatine had his right toe on the line, so that was a 2-point field goal. Well, the Israelis know they can hang in there. They would love to go to the second round in windows 4, 5, and 6 with a third win. But if they're going to do that, they've got to find a way to come back. And you can try to scan that QR code to access the login to Courtside 1891. Watch live streams, extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and much more. Courtside 1891. Yamada so far. Now Yeah, they got to find more ways to get him to become more offensively productive. Only 6 points. Welcome back, everybody, live here in Croatia. Final game of window number 3. The Croatians lead 25-12 against the Israelis. A lot of contact made. A foul's going to be given. So Yamada will go to the free throw line. Well, that foul is going to be called on Mavra. Well, Yamada, another one of the Israeli elite players who was drafted into the NBA. Didn't quite make the solid move to play for the Boston Celtics, because he was drafted in 2020 in the second round with the 47th pick, but he's a proud member of Apoel. Second free throw, no good. Well, the Israelis got to make the free throws if they want to get back in this. Heavy defense coming. Mavra now finding Mario Hezonja. Still trying to break down the zone defense. Patient passing. Sharge in the paint. Wow, Mavra wide open. They don't get it to him. And they don't need to, because Dario will take matters into his own hands. Šarić could have gotten an assist. Says, I'll take 2 more points. I'll extend this lead back to 14. Well, it's currently Croatia 27, Israel 13. Noam Yakov switched up against Dario Šarić. Now penetrates. Nice little spin down the middle. Well, he had to make that one because nobody was going in for an offensive rebound. But a great play after a very good season playing with Falu Ostend in the Basketball Champions League. I think they're playing a box and one here. But no, they're not, because it's Božić who gets fouled. So I would have thought maybe the Israelis might flirt with the idea of a box and one against Mario Hezonja, but that's not quite the case. I think Yamada was just chasing. That time, Božić. Foul is on Netanel Artzi. Now it's a man-to-man matchup. Božić finds Dario Šarić. One extra pass goes in. Too big, too strong, and simply just too good. Well, what a take by Luka Božić. Because currently a free agent. GMs, head coaches, take notice. Nice kick out. Now finding Noam Yakov. Another good look for Israel. And it falls into the hands of Guy Palatine, who's just able to lay this one up. Israel's got to hang in there. Only trailing by 12 points. Well, Hezonja going off a curl screen. Probably could have taken that one. While getting physical inside the paint, as you can see. Mavra now goes to his right. Kicks out. Hezonja fires. And a big offensive board, but can't finish, but gets his own putback. And I don't think the zone is going to do Israel too many favors if they keep giving away offensive rebounds. As David Škada able to finish that time. Adam Ariel, oh, nice little Euro step, slices the defense. And both teams going back and forth at each other. Exchanging buckets, but still a 12-point advantage to the Croatians. The Israelis have only committed 1 team foul thus far. Now they try another 3. Not going to go in. Croatia currently 3 out of 11. Yamada off one screen. Nutmeg time. Nearly finished it. And that would have been an Olay moment. Yamada with the elite vision. Look at this. Here it comes. Olay. Netanel Artzi, I know he's fouled you, but you've got to finish that. I know that's easier said than done, but what a sublime primetime dime from Yamada. As Dario Šarić will go to the bench for Croatia, Jalen Smith comes back into the lineup. Gotta love moments like that. Netanel Artzi, currently the only Israeli player that hasn't missed a free throw yet. He's now 3 out of 3. Ariel Beit Halafmi. Not a big margin. It's only going to be 10 points if he can make this second free throw. Makes them both. Provisional substitution. As now Dolinsky, who does have 2 fouls, checks back into the game. Eli Dolinsky is currently playing for Ironi Kiryat Ata BC in the Israeli Winter League, standing at 204 centimeters. Very much an undersized center, but Ariel Beit Halafmi does believe in him for sure. It's good defense from Yamada. Smith goes to his left. Finds Azania in the corner. Mario fires it. Super Mario with another tritza. 7 points to Mario. First 3 of the night. Putting it back to a 13-point lead for the Croatians. Israel go for another one. Quick 3-point attempt. Israelis just haven't been able to fire in. 0 for 9 from the perimeter. And they'll go in transition. A tough finish by Shkada. And I think Ariel Beit Halafmi's seen enough. His team down by 15. He'll call timeout. It's a 5-0 run from Croatia. The Israelis managed to minimize it to a 10-point deficit. I think there's a lot of things Ariel Beit Halafmi wants to speak about. So let's listen in to the Israeli timeout. Use that QR code, download, or excuse me, scan the QR code to access the login to Courtside 1891. Watch live streams, extended highlights of FIBA competitions, and much more. Well, here was the take by Yamada, the Ole moment. Ole, ole, ole. Yamada style. And here was Jalen Smith kicking out Mario Azania. Hand his face with no problem from downtown. Takes Croatia's 3-point shooting up to 4 out of 11 so far here in the first half and leading by 15. Kadeem Carrington also back in the lineup here for Israel. Yamada has 7 points. Adam Ariel step back, goes for a deep 3. They needed that one. Only the second 3 of the game for the Israelis. Now moves up to 5 points. Israel now remaining in the 2-3 zone. Carrington trying to put some pressure on. Interesting zone. They do have Yamada being quite sometimes a chase and a matcher up. Azania's made 1 3. Mario makes another. And now he goes into double figures. 10 points to Mario Azania, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. Mada gets that screen. Finds Carrington. Israelis just trying to find gaps against the Croatian defense. A lot of congestion, though. Carrington, he'll dribble into a 3. It's just a little too short. Israel's lack of size is going to make it tough to get those offensive boards. Foul is going to be called against Yair Kravitz. That's going to be a second personal foul. And Israel's second team foul here in the second quarter. Defending Mario Hazan in the full court is like defending a Brahma bull. It's just so big, so strong, so fast. Sometimes it's inevitable that you're going to have to commit a foul. Well, Israel now look like they've gone into a box and one potentially. Hey, Kravitz just trying to face guard Mario Azania. Mario's got it. Time winding down. Twisting, turning, goes to the fadeaway. Doesn't get it. Yair Kravitz, that time worked out. Yamada pulls up quick in transition. I mean, it's the right idea. You want them to go quickly, but Azania tried to save it. And in the end, I think he stepped out of bounds. I think he could have left that one. Let's have a look here. Here's the missed attempt. Oh, he got the last touch. That's why. That's why he went for it. He stepped on the ground before he made the pass. Adam Ariel, quick catch and shoot from 3. And Israel only with 2 offensive rebounds. Croatia currently with 6. If those threes don't drop, they've got to find other ways to score. Zubac's in the paint. Double team comes from Carrington. Smith now fires. That three's up. And somehow, some way, Shkada just able to get the tip in. Shkada now moving up to 4 points. That's his second field goal. Well, 6 points, excuse me. That's his third field goal. Nice steal by Jalen Smith. Well, here comes Azania. He's going to go all the way. Now, was he fouled or did he go out of bounds? 3:56 to go here in the second quarter. Croatia currently leading heavily by 17 points. Aya Kravitz will go to the bench as Leod Carrera subs in. Well, there's the steal by Jalen Smith. So no foul. Zubats. Well, good hands from Netanyahu Artzi. Now here come the Israelis. Yamada trying to twist. He's got to go up with it. And now he takes his tally up to 9 points. And for the second time this evening, he comes up with 2 more transition buckets off a turnover. And blocking foul is going to be called. That's only Israel's 3rd team foul. It's on Adam Ariel. Well, he just wasn't set in time, but you could argue Luka Bošić didn't quite. He went in with the left arm, but still have to agree with the decision in my point of view. Hazania, matched up by Artzi. Well, does he have his foot in the line? Goes for a long one. That's way off the mark. Carrington comes up with it. Now the Israelis, can they minimize the deficit? He'll pull up from 15. Comes up with his own rebound. That's only the 3rd offensive board of the game for the Israelis. Madad finds Carrington. Could have made one extra dump down. I mean, he had a good look there with Carrera. And here come the Croatians. Well, Mario's wide open. They don't get it to him. But he'll come up with another board. Caught a double team. Throws it away. Israel don't have numbers. It's only Yamada, so he'll pull up a 3. And nobody makes the effort to sprint in for the rebound. Mario Beit-Halafi's probably asking the question, what can I do to get my team to play? Tough night so far here for the Israelis. Zubats in the paint. Azania's wide open on the perimeter. Dumps down low, goes in, unable to finish. And that's going to be a foul on the ground. And that will be the Israelis' final team foul to give away. Well, there's the missed attempt. Surely that's not a shooting foul. So Noam Yakov will come in. 9 points so far here for Yamada. 4 out of 9 from the field. Hasn't made a 3-pointer yet. Zubats against the zone. Tries to bully his way in. And that's going to be Zubats going to the free throw line. He feeds to Zubats. He's arguing that it was in the process of shooting, but I think he forgot that the Israelis had no more fouls to give. So I think he's just getting a polite reminder from the official. Hey, you do your job, I'll do mine. You're going to the free throw line, big fella. Don't worry about it. Gotta love that. Ivica Zubats so far tonight, only 6 points. He has only missed 1 free throw. Well, he's only missed 1 field goal, excuse me. It's the first trip to the charity stripe. Yes, I think one of the highlights of Ivica Zubats' career in the NBA was when he played for the Lakers. It was that game against the Golden State Warriors back in 2019. I missed free throws again. Nice little hesitation, no one to kick out to. Time is winding down for the Israelis. That's the pull up for a tough 19-footer, front iron. And Hezonja comes up with his 8th rebound. Mijatovic probably pleased with what he's seen. As Zubats counted and Lakunach. Good night from Croatia. Well, there is no stopping Ivica Zubats against a 2-3 zone. Here he gets in the paint, one dribble, and Brate. Throw it down, Brat. Throw it down, Brate. Unstoppable play from Ivica Zubats. Well, Adam Ariel's going to come out. Jalen Smith also going to the bench, so checking back for the Israelis, Rocco Bajim. Well, Ivica Zubats, like many Croatian greats, also played very briefly for 2 seasons with KK Sabona. Still missed a free throw, and that's a 4-point play. Well, David Škada is having a game of games at the moment. Because currently playing pro basketball in Slovenia. 19-point lead, Madat just cannot get those threes to drop. Zubats' big rebound. Well, Croatia have numbers, and in the end, they'll go coast to coast in a beautiful finish. Well, that's transition basketball by Rocco Bajim. Now moves up to 5, 21-point lead to the Croatians. Carrington from 15. Oh, they're getting good looks. I've said it all game long. Zubats, good interception by Carrington. Nearly tying it over, but keeps this one alive. Carrington goes right at Hezonja, misses the layup. Mario Hezonja, 1 rebound away from a double-double here in the first half. Unfortunately, that will be his 5th turnover. Potential 2-for-1 here for the Israelis. Noam Yakov has to kick out. Atsi has a good look, and that's a big 3. Well, they needed that one big time. And it's Hapoel Hulania's Netanyahu Atsi. Israel 2 out of 15 from the 3-point line. Hezonja kicks out, another pass. They'll try another 3. Can't get it. Here's a 2-for-1 for the Israelis. Wow, is that a shooting foul? So yes, 3 free throws. Rocco Bajim put extensive pressure against Yamada. And Mada will get 3 free shots. High IQ play by Yamada. Rocco Bajim just having a few words, but I have to agree with Man Harazov. That's the right decision. I mean, if you're going to foul him because you've got 2 fouls to give, use it wisely. Just commit it. But Yamada now 1 for 3 from the free throw line. The Israelis 5 out of 7. They've only missed 2 free throws, and both have come from Yamada. Second one good. Second player to get in double figures. If he makes this, he will become the game's leading scorer, Yamada. Two out of 3 for Yamada. Well, he got to go quickly. Still a bit of time here for the Croatians. Well, they'll go for it. They'll get rejected. Good defense. So we will head into the halftime break with Croatia leading 47-31 against Israel. Well, 7 points so far from Netanyahu Atsi of Hapoel Hulania, second leading scorer for the Israelis. But what a first half we've seen from Luka Božić, as well as David Škada, who currently has 8 points. He's Croatia's third leading scorer, right behind Dario Šarić and Mario Hezonja, who's actually 1 rebound away from a double-double. And maybe 6 assists away from a potential triple-double tonight. Oh, Croatia completely dominating the rebounds, 29-11. They also have 8 more assists, but they have committed 5 more turnovers. We'll take a look at the game's leading scorers so far here in the first half. Only 2 players in double figures as Yamadal leads those scores with 11 points. Well, we're going to take a look at some of the best moments, clips, and highlights from the first half. Dario Saric. His time in the paint could have gone for another assist, but just got the nice little bounce. And here was the good take by Noam Yakov, penetrating. Went for the tough fadeaway, and even though Noam went in for an offensive rebound, that still dropped. It was Dario Saric with a little slip pass down low. And what a tough finish by Luka Bajic. Well, he's a free agent. Take notice. Well, Jalen Smith only with that 1 3-point. He's 1 out of 4 from the perimeter. But that time finding Mario Hezonja. Mario currently 2 out of 6 from the 3-point line this evening here in, we'll see at Croatia, the 4th largest city. And look at Adam Ariel hitting the first 3-pointer. The Israelis only 2 out of 15 so far tonight. They've got to improve that statistic if they want to come back and win. And it was Mavra, little shake and bake between the legs, getting in the paint. But instead, I'll go to Super Mario as Hezonja knocked down his second 3 of the evening. Oh, here was Zubats in the paint. That was the 3-pointer we saw earlier from Jalen Smith. Well, he missed that one. And the tip in by David Škada, who does have 8 points. And it was Yamadar in transition. No stopping him that time. Well, it's halftime. We'll be back momentarily for the second half. 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup European Qualifiers.
Pass inside and a two-hander. Tanaskovic.
USR directing traffic, fizzes it in! What a feed, and what a finish, and what a performance! Look at this pass.
How fast, how about that? And Procida announcing himself to be the high flyer in this game.
Here's a steal, 2-on-1, throws it up for Mario Hezonja. And they just keep adding highlight to highlight. Mario goes up, slabs it in, timeout Cyprus.
And gets swatted out of bounds by Kamwa. Great reaction by Kamwa. How about this? Goodness me, inbounds alley-oop.
Şengün behind the back, what a pass! Him and Korkmaz combining there. That is a point center. Quite incredible vision from Alperen Şengün.
Mitru Long, stop and go action. Will pull the big man out. A good move, and the rejection.
Oh, no, it was stolen. Kamwa did. Oh, how about the throwdown from Gollum, and then a little bit of a stare.
Well, Spain have numbers here in transition. There's the alley-oop and buenas noches. Showtime Spanish transition. Well, it was the turnover. Boston Celtics finest. Representation from Spain, Hugo Gonzalez.
How many times are we going to see this? Baseline. Are you kidding me?
Papa Nicolau says, give it to me.
I'll go attack to close out. Feed Bruno inside.
Fills it up. It's all right.
Welcome back, basketball fans, live here in Croatia. Final game of the third window of the FIBA Basketball World Cup European Qualifiers. As currently, Croatia have a 16-point lead against Israel. Well, we take a look at some of the key highlights from Israel's leading scorer, Yamada. Well, he's got 11 points, 3 out of 5 from the free throw line, but 4 out of 10 from the field. I think the Israelis have a lot of areas they need to work on. I mean, turnovers is definitely one of them, but it's how efficiently the Croatians have been able to convert those turnovers into fast break points. Well, credit to the Israelis, though. They have actually converted 9 points from Croatia's turnovers. Because the era of dominance has been only 12 points inside the paint. But you can understand that with the lack of size. I mean, his Yamada, so quick and so explosive, and even able to finish with the pressure of Ivica Zubac. Well, no surprise to see who's leading the way. Mario Hezonja. Well, 10 points, 9 rebounds. Goes 4 assists. Does have 5 turnovers, though, Mario Hezonja. But he has indeed knocked down 2 out of 6 from Dubrovka. Well, he's the man who's been an outstanding player for them so far in all the windows. And it was Mavra. A little shake and bake, taking down the lane, but you know what? I've got an insurance policy, and that's Hezonja. Hezonja LTD Limited from downtown. Just saving things when the offense just crashed down there for Mavra. What incredible beginning so far here for the Croatians, and looking to remain top of this group. Well, here's another look at the three-pointer, the Trica from Super Mario Hezonja. Well, welcome back to the Gradski Vrt, the city garden as it's known here in the city of Osijek, the 4th biggest city in this beautiful, magnificent country. Well, if you love European basketball, then you know Croatia. They've got a magnificent history. Because many would say the greatest player of all time from Europe, the late, great Drazen Petrovic, once wore the Croatian jersey. And they've won a medal, as I already mentioned in the pregame, 1994 FIBA Basketball World Cup in Canada. Unfortunately, losing in the semifinals against Shaquille O'Neal and company of the USA, and thus winning the bronze medal by 18 points against Greece. Well, it's been a long wait for the Israelis, though, not having been to a Basketball World Cup since Spain 1986. They've only gone to 2 Basketball World Cups. And both teams only with 1 player in double figures. Yamada, as we've seen for the Israelis, and Hapoel Hulania's Netanel Artzi, their second leading scorer, 7 points. Well, he got fouled on a three-pointer and made 2 out of 3 from the charity stripe, but the thing is right now, Yamada, he's kind of playing like he doesn't have any help out there, but that's a little bit unfair to say, I would imagine, because he's got some talented players. Adam Ariel, players coming off the bench like Guy Palatine, but He's got to trust his teammates a little bit in this matchup. Remember, the Israelis as well as Germany and the Croatians, top 3 teams in this Group E, will be heading to the second round in windows 4, 5, and 6 to find out and to see who can solidify their tickets and qualify for the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup in Doha, Qatar. I need a little bit more from Noam Yakov. I think he's got to have a little belief in both his mid-range and his three-point shooting. I mean, he is so explosive. We already talked about what a great year he had playing for Falou Ostend in the Basketball Champions League, and even Eitan Berg came off the bench. You know, he's also a very quick, explosive guard with BCL experience. Well, he was brought into Hapoel Hulania to try and get them back to a BCL Final Four. Last time they did it was back in 2022, losing so closely. A narrow defeat against the eventual champions, Tenerife. Well, Croatia got a few free agents in this team. And as you know, KK Sabona heading to the BCL. I'm just saying, maybe you want to consider a few options. Dario Saric will be returning to European basketball. He'll be playing domestic basketball in the Turkish Basketball Super League in Istanbul. They're their leading scorers. No surprise. Zubats, Dario, and Mario. Both Saric and Azania combining for a total of 19 points. I think they may be having a little battle at the moment. Dario Saric, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Mario Azania already got that triple-double. 10 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. Well, there's only one way to personify this man. He is Super Mario. Just what an outstanding ambassador. A true representation of just how magnificent this beautiful country of Hrvatska, Croatia, how many greats it's produced. What a legacy that he has to live up to. We already talked about the late, great Drazen Petrovic, Dino Raja, and the Croatian sensation, 3-time NBA champion Toni Kukoc. Well, those fans, it's been 12 long years since they have seen their national team. And look, you see a Dario Saric Philadelphia 76ers jersey. That's how iconic this team is. Like I said, I'm buzzing right now. I'm excited to see KK Sabona return to the elite level of European basketball. They will play in the Basketball Champions League next season. Well, we're just waiting. We're waiting for the other big teams, KK Zadar. Because KK Split, formerly known as the infamous Jugoplastika that once hosted and once showcased Toni Kukoc. Well, the Israelis, they'll be having their team. B'nai Herzliya, they'll also be in the BCL along with Hapoel Hulania. Azariel Beit Halapmi just trying to get some final words in with his players. So Coach Tomislav Mijatovic, he'll have some final words of instruction because he knows too well. This Israeli team, they possess so much talent. They can go on a run easily and get back in this. They'll want to finish with 5 victories to ensure they have the best record going into the second round. The results that you attain in windows 1, 2, and 3, they play a factor in how far you go in the qualifiers. Scan the QR code and download the official FIBA Basketball World Cup Qualifiers app. You can download it on your smartphone, tablet, or Android. Customize your experience. Follow your favorite teams and players right from the qualifiers up until Doha 2027 for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Download it now. Welcome back, live here in the beautiful city of Osijek, Croatia. It's the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup European Qualifiers final game of the first round here in window 3. Mario Hezonja will inbound this. Just looking at Croatia's defense. Looks like now they've gone back into a man-to-man matchup. That's a quick foul committed already. That's going to be on Ilya Dolinsky. Or Dolinsky, excuse me. So, just wonder, I think that's either his third. That's his third personal foul, yep. Smith gets it handoff. Yamada trying to keep him in front of him. Israel's got to tighten up defensively. Time is winding down on the shot clock. Nice dump down and an easy throw. Oh, an easy throw down by Zubac. That's now the fourth assist for Dario Saric. Pizza Zubac now becoming the second Croatian player in double figures. Yamada's got 11. Now he's got 14. Third three of the game for the Israelis. That's his first three-pointer tonight. Saric flashes high post. Guy Palatine. Size advantage here for Saric. Smith's made 1-3 tonight. Not going to get this one. And Zubac coming up with another offensive board. That's the 11th offensive rebound this evening for Croatia. Zubac number 6. 28 points in the paint for Croatia. Madar kicks out. Israel go for another one. It's on target. Guy Palatine chasing him for the offensive rebound. But Carrington steps out of bounds. Well, that's tough. That's unfortunate. And that's going to be the 8th turnover tonight here for the Israelis. Seventeen-point lead to the Croatians. Jalen Smith quickly coming off one screen to his left. Saric trying to fight for position. Still, Mario Hezonja hasn't touched the ball here in the second half. And a traveling violation is going to be called. That will be Croatia's 11th turnover tonight. Let's have a look here. Saric trying to spin baseline. I mean, it's the right call, of course, but how many times do you see that in a game of basketball? Well, Israel. Where was Croatia's defense? Might want to look in the lost and found as Adam Ariel. A wide open look. He now moves up to 7 points, 3 for 5 for the field. Well, good hands by Guy Palatine. Zuba offensive board. He gets fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line, but he hasn't made a free throw this evening. Now has 7 boards. Well, now I'm wondering who's going to get that double-double first. Hezonja, Saric, or could it be Zubac? Croatia 6 out of 9 from the free throw line. 6 out of 10, 0-4 miss by Ivica Zubac. So that might not have been a bad foul by Netanel Artzi. But that is his third personal foul, and Israel can't afford to lose him. Second one good. Coach Tomislav Mijatovic likes what he sees so far from his players. I think a foul may have been called here against Israel on the box out. So Croatia's going to get it back. You had Guy Palatine trying to box out Dario Saric, and without a natural center, that's always going to be a tough task for the Israelis. Zubac in the paint, goes in, and just way too big, too strong. And unfortunately, unstoppable. Well, it's going to be an offensive foul against Israel. Now, who's it on? If that is on Netanel Artzi, or is it on Yamada? That's only going to be Yamada's first personal foul. Let's have a look at the replay. No, I think that's on Artzi. That's going to be foul number 4. Well, does Ariel Beit Halakmi take him to the bench? Just so there, Ivica Zubac. Now the game's leading score at 15 points. Zubac flashes high post. Kicks this one out to Bajim. Smith. Dario Saric left wide open. And may have just turned on the aircon here in Ostia, Croatia. What happens? Great players. It's going to happen at some point in one window. Well, he's too good a player to worry about that. Israel down by 18 points. Nice kick out here from Yamada. And another kick out to get a wide open look. And that's as good a look you're going to get. And a great build-up. But the end product not quite there. Now Carrington. That's what he does in the mid-range. And another offensive rebound. Adiel's made 1 3, and he'll make another one. And that is why offensive rebounding is so crucial for the Israelis. And I think Tomislav Mijatovic is going to call timeout. His team still leading by 15 points. So we'll head down to Croatia's bench to find out what the message is going to be.
Ljudi, oni se napucavaju. We said all 5 of us have to have a box out. Znači sve moramo detalje sad spaziti. Razumijem. Ali igramo. Slušaj me sad. Stani. Koji god da radimo punch, ili 5 ili 4, i ako je zona, budimo strpljivi, punch funkcionira. I sve u redu. Oni gađaju, šutiraju. To je long rebound, moramo biti koncentrirani, onda guramo u leđa. Sve je u redu, sve je okej. Znači idemo opet punch. Ajmo sada opet ih zamijeniti, sad je punch 5, još jednom za Ivicu. Punch 5.
Well, here was the high-low action. You're going to see that a lot whenever you have Dario Saric and Ivica Zubac, but 2 3-pointers so far here in the second half of the Israelis. And it's nearly impossible to keep that big man away from the offensive boards. It was the one defensive miscommunication. Adam Ariel wasn't picked up in transition. Now, here was his second 3 of the game. This took him to 10 points. Second player for the Israelis in double figures, Adam Ariel. Croatia go for a quick 3. They find Mario Azania. Find Zubac. Unselfish basketball from Croatia as they get the trica. Well, Bajim knocked that one down. Make that the 3rd assist tonight for Ivica Zubac. Back to an 18-point lead. 17 assists in total for the Croatians. Ariel's made 2 threes, and he makes the 3rd one. And that's what he's got to keep doing. Israel have done a good job of getting wide open looks. And that's only their 5th 3 of the night. 5 out of 20. Much better improvement here in the second half. No double team's got to come with Zubac. Bajim keeps it high, doesn't bring it down. Are you kidding me? He caught that above his head and didn't bring it down for the trica. That takes some serious skill. Both teams firing in. That's the 7th 3 of the game for Croatia. Yamada, little ghost action from Guy Palatin. Tough kick out. Adiel's got to penetrate. Again, Israel looking much more sophisticated in their offense than they did in the second half. As Adam Ariel, the joint leading scorer in the game alongside Ivica Zubac. Azania. Still 10 points, 9 rebounds. Twisting, turning, gets blocked by the rim. Israel have numbers. Carrington kicks out. Yamada, quick 3. Got it! Well, it's a 3-point cookout here in the second half. The Israelis have hit 4 3-pointers so far. 17 now for Yamada. It's a 13-point ball game. Well, why not Dario Saric? And he'll go for it. And that's Croatia's 8th trica. Their 8th 3-pointer. Saric becomes the 4th player in double figures for Croatia. Madak comes off one screen. Kicks out. Now Carrington almost got it. Oh, goes in, unable to finish. Guy Palliton comes up with it. Now wants to run. Israel don't have numbers. Ariel, pump fakes. Well, there was a lot of contact. I think the foul is going to be given. Well, just to give you some insight from the last Croatian timeout, Coach Tomislav Mijatovic, word for word said, this is translated, given to me, of course, that if we're playing punch 4 or punch 5, just be patient with possession because it will work both against the man-to-man and the zone defense. And then we heard from Ivica Zubac. That end offense doesn't matter. We'll find a way to score. This end defense matters. Box out everybody. Box out the guards because they are getting shots from the rebounds by the shorter guys. So big Vala Lijepo to our Croatian sensation translator. But might you know is one of the greatest basketball minds behind the scenes in European hoops and world basketball for that matter. So big Vala Lijepo. Ariel cutting it down to a 14-point deficit. It's been a much better competitive second half. That's going to be a kickball violation, but it's that lead Croatia built in the first half. Still the go against the zone. Ivica Zubac, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. There's the back down. Tries to kick this one out. They got to shoot this at some point. Step back tough. And another offensive board. Now it's Šarić. Put back. And a foul is going to be called. Well, that's going to be Šarić's 8th rebound. Who's getting to that double-double first? Hezonja, Šarić, or Zubac? That's tough. That's tough indeed. I mean, what's Anoki supposed to do? He's got arms up. Oh, look at that guy, Palliton, helping out the mop boy. A guy of all trades. His name's not Jack, it's Guy Palliton. It's Coach Mijatovic subbing out Jalen Smith. Smith so far, 3 assists to go with his 3 points. He's only taken 1 shot so far here in the second half. There's Dominic Mavra checking back into the game. Šarić converts the first free throw. I think it's an expectation for Coach Mijatovic to get this team back to a Basketball World Cup because a Croatia team like this, they can mix it up with the best of the rest. 16-point lead, a little backdoor play, nearly gets intercepted. All right idea, but good hands by Dario Šarić. Israel get it back baseline. Now, if the Israelis can try to cut this down to single digits going into the fourth quarter, it's all to play for. Narrow the margin as much as possible. They try to go for the like Mike move. And here comes Croatia. They'll patiently pass her out. Zubac. The Israelis might get a technical foul here, but you can understand their frustration, but I'd have to see the replay. Watch the double team come over. It's from Adam Ariel. You know what? I'm going to have to agree with that decision, unfortunately, for the Israelis, because Ariel didn't give him enough landing area, if you like, or enough within his zone. So the technical inevitably is going to be called against, I think, yep, head coach Ariel Beit Halafmi. And he has seen such a positive return to the court from his players here in the second half, but I think that's the right call, unfortunately. So it looks like Dario Šarić is going to take the technical foul free throw. And that foul is going to be number 3 against Adam Ariel. Well, look at that on the left. That's a mid-90s. I think that's from 1994. A 1994. Now, had no number on it, so I didn't know if it was Petrovic, Kukoc, Raja. Definitely wasn't from the 80s, so it wasn't Krešimir Ćosić, but that was an old school Croatian national team jersey. Wonder how much that's worth today. Oh, Šarić. So far, 14 points. Unable to connect the technical free throw. 2 rebounds away from that double-double. It's now Ivica Zubac, who's only 1 out of 5 from the free throw line. He'll go to the charity stripe. Well, Zubac. Every great player has an Achilles heel or has an area of development. But doesn't take anything away from just how invaluable he is to this national team. Second one good. Well, I think the whole crowd just giving an ironic cheer to Ivica Zubac. 16 points to Zubac, 7 boards. And Zubac, Hezonja, and Dario Šarić all have 4 assists. Could we see a second Croatian triple-double here in window 3 of the Basketball World Cup qualifiers? Yamada gets a handoff. It's a nice kick out. Got to take this 3 wide open. That's a good look. Well, now, Dario Šarić 1 rebound away from that double-double. Finds Zubac in the paint, but throws it. No. Takes a deflection now. Adam Ariel is saying, go for a head coach's challenge, maybe. But our referee, Martin Harazov, is just going to come in to have a further. Let's have a look at the replay. Well, from that angle, it does not look like it touches Adam Ariel. So good vision by Martin Harazov. Oh, no. So I think a head coach's challenge is going to be used. So the decision wasn't overturned by the referees. Instead, Ariel Beit Halachmi has called for a coach's challenge. Players will go to the bench. And now our officials will go to the monitor to have a review of this to see if this needs to be overturned. Oh no, excuse me. The head coach, the decision was overturned. It's Coach Mijatovic who's used the Oh, why not? Why not go for it? Lead them by 17. Can the Israelis pile up some more points? Minimizes deficit going into the 4th quarter. Only 2 wins so far here in the Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Yamada, pump fakes. Nice kick out. There's a teardrop on the baseline. Just gets that one to rattle in. Good move by Leo Carrera. That's his first field goal tonight. Still Israel defiantly staying in the 2-3 zone. Šarić comes up with a high screen. There's a teardrop. Unable to connect. Zubac, 8th rebound. And there'll be another trip to the free throw line. It may not just be a bad foul because, as we've seen tonight, only 2 out of 7 from the charity stripe. How do you box him out? I'm going to ask that question to Ivan Buba. I'm sure they've had a few battles and practices over the years. There you go, Zubats. The cheers of irony from the Croatian fans, but it's no disrespect. 17 points tonight from Ivica Zubats. Makes it both. Now he's the leading scorer tonight. Staying it back to 17 points. So Rocco Bajim leaves the game, checking into lineup Antonio Giordano for the first time. It's Noam Yakov just trying to work in the backcourt. Explosive speed around the defense. Another three goes flying. That's a very good look, but just won't go. Zubats now at 9 boards. Just like Šarić and Hezonja. Now we're under 2 minutes. This is taking the paint. And a nice little finish inside the paint. Well, what a way to announce yourself. Noam Yakov out of control, can't get it. Now Croatia have numbers. Thought about going for the three-pointer. Rocco Bajim only want to go to Ivica Zubat, or to Dario Šarić, and again, nice dive. Šarić gets 5 assists now. And it's a tough cut by Luka Bajic with the second field goal. These Croatian fans being delighted with what they've seen. Israel 32 bench points this evening. Another three goes flying. Not going to go. And there you have it. Double-double. Ivica Zubats won the race. 18 points, 10 boards. He just needs 6 assists for the triple-double. And a nice little take in the paint. What a move by Dominic Mavra. I think Ariel Ben-Halafmi is going to call timeout. Croatia have indeed extended it to a 23-point lead. Just when they cut it down to 12 in the third quarter, all of a sudden that lead just got bigger and bigger. Well, we'll come back from this timeout, but we'll listen to what Coach Ariel Ben-Halafmi has to say.
יאללה חבר'ה, בוא נמשיך קצת לצד. אנחנו מזיזים אותם בקטנים. בברידה מעולה.
Dino, we run the one down. One down. Moving the ball. Right? On defense, everything can roll down in front. In front. Everything can roll. Here we go. Let's go. In it.
Fine.
Well, it was great three-point shooting to begin the second half here for the Israelis. They've shot 24% from downtown. For Croatia, they've also taken 20, just one less than 24, but they've converted 8 three-pointers. And it was a cookout tonight. And that was indeed the 5th assist for Dario Šarić. Only the 2nd field goal for Luka Bajic. Well, if Israel go quickly here, they could go 2 for 1. Foul is going to be called away from the ball. It's only going to be the 2nd team foul against Croatia here in the 3rd. That's on Dominic Mavra. Just to reach in from behind. Good call from the official. 17 seconds difference between game and shot clock. Well, Carrington's wide open. They don't get it to him. Eitan Berg. Little pick and roll sequence. Tries to go up against Šarić and unsuccessful. Now Croatia can indeed have the final play here of the 3rd quarter. Dominic Mavra is going to dribble this down. So that's coming up for the high screen. Good rush on the defense. And that's going to be an offensive foul. Well, who they called this one on? Well, here was the double team. That was a good reach. Well, the foul is going to be called against Dominic Mavra for the hold. 5.7. Can Israel pick themselves up and get one final look from the field before going into the fourth and final 10? Coach Mijatovic's players have built a 23-point advantage against Ariel Beit Halafi's players. Šarić has one more assist than both Mario Hezonja and Ivica Zubac. They both have 4 assists, but remember, Ivica Zubac currently with the double-double of 18 points and 10 rebounds. I don't think individual accolades really matter. I just think it's the hype that was made when Mario Hezonja got the triple-double against Cyprus. Israel's got to go quickly. They find they find Eitan Berg. Berg penetrates straight to the bucket, and he misses the layup. Oh, unfortunate ending there. Now, did Dario Šarić get that rebound in time? If he did, that would be a double-double for him. But did the buzzer go off before? We'll find out when we come back for the fourth and final quarter. But we'll look at some of the key stats so far here in this game. Well, Croatia, they've dominated in a lot of categories. You look at the three-point count, that's one of them. But 32 points in the paint to only Israel's 12. One area Israel's had an advantage were points from turnovers and fast break points. They had 13 points off of Croatia's turnovers and 10 fast break points in total. We'll take a look at the highlights. Well, outstanding play so far from the Croatians. Yamada leading the Israelis with 17 points. He's 2 out of 6 from the field. I just don't think he's had enough help tonight. The only other player in double figures is that man there, Adam Ariel. He also has 17 points, but Ivica Zubac, too big, strong, and just too dominant. Mario Hezonja that time finding Ivica Zubac in the kick out. And do you smell what the Rocco Bajim is cooking? He's cooking a trica. 8 3-pointers knocked down by the Croatians. It was Yamada finding Adam Ariel, who has converted 3 3-pointers himself. Look at the vision there. Look how that man didn't bring it down. Rocco Bajim caught this above his head. Wow, that is a trica to remember, a big-time 3. Well, fans, if you want to play Fantasy League, scan that QR code and register to play on the FIBA Basketball World Cup website. Fantasy League, play it today. And just to confirm, the last rebound we saw from Dario Šarić didn't count, so he doesn't have a double-double. Only Ivica Zubac with a double-double at the moment for Croatia. Welcome back. Live here in the beautiful city of Osijek in Croatia. Final game of Group E here in the Basketball World Cup qualifiers. You want to find either Adam Ariel. He's got 17 points. Not going to get this 3. Now falls into the hands of Carrington. Well, good defense by Croatia, forcing a turnover. They'll go for another 3. And now make that 9 trica sort downtown. Well, it's become the trica party from Hrvatska. That's his first 3 tonight. He moves up to 5 points. As Eitan Berg just trying to find some separation, but a foul is going to be called again on Dominic Mavra. And that will be his 4th personal foul, I believe. Well, Šarić now has 6 assists. He needs 4 assists, 1 rebound for a triple-double. Nice backdoor play by Eitan Berg. And they've needed that desperately all game long. But he only minimizes it now to a 24-point deficit. Croatia trying to build something with the big lead. Šarić comes up for the high screen. Well, they go into Zubac. Zubac's going to double team. Šarić penetrates. Nice dime. And oh no, it's going to be a 24-second violation. Well, that would have been 7 assists for Dario Šarić. That's a true point forward there for Croatia. Very unfortunate for Dario Saric individually, but hey, Croatia with this big lead. Looks like they could be heading into the second round in windows 4, 5, and 6 with 5 victories. As Jotan Manoki comes off that high screen with Eitan Berger, denies it. Tries a floater, can't get it. Follow-up no good, goes out of bounds. Israel will retain this. Israel now with under 10. Carrington penetrates, goes up at mid-range, and finally gets that one to drop. Well, he's had good looks. It's only his second field goal. He's 2 out of 10 from the field so far in total, if you include with inside the rainbow and the three-point line. Kicking out now, hit to Saric. Saric want to back down. Saric twisting, turning, fadeaway, can't get it. And the Israelis just have to keep playing. Netan Atsi, remember, he had to leave the game when he picked up 4 fouls. Carrington tries the backdoor play. Good defense. Now Croatia have numbers. Saric bumps, goes in. Count it. They could have gone up to 7 assists. Instead, Dario wanted to go up and clear his points to 16. And he'll go to the free throw line. Well, here's the good hands by Dominic Mavra. Just intercepting that pass. I think no timeout's been called. Croatia bringing Jalen Smith back into the lineup. He played 20 minutes so far this evening. Saric converts the three-point play. Second leading scorer this evening. Joint second leading scorer with both Adam Ariel and Yamada. Still behind Ivica Zubac. So foul is going to be called. I think that's going to be on the ground. So that foul indeed is going to be against Antonio Giordano. That's his first personal foul. Well, Guy Palatine coming back into the lineup here. I think Dario Saric, or maybe Ivica Zubac's night is done as well. Well, no, Saric is still on the floor. So is Mijatovic thinking that he could potentially get a triple-double, perhaps? Guy Palatine tries to bully his way in. Atsi goes for the three. He's fouled. Counted. And he'll go to the charity stripe for the 4-point play. Ahim Sagolim, the Purple Brothers. 3 seasons playing in the Basketball Champions League with Hapoel Hulania. Now can look to cut it down to 21. And Saric has his double-double finally. He just needs 4 assists to get to a triple-double. Is it possible? Dario in the paint. Someone's got to get open for him. Dario twisting. Kicks out. Another Trica. And 7 assists for Dario Saric. Is another Croatian triple-double coming. We've got under 7 minutes. It's Kadeem Carrington. Finding Guy Palatine. Palatine now penetrates. Kicks out tough play in the corner. Yamada does well to keep it alive. Seconds winding down. Palatine's got to shoot it. Has to put up a tough one. Saric comes up with rebound number 11. Well, good take here by Smith. This is way too easy for Croatia. As Luka Bojic, well, things getting a bit heated here between Yamada and Luka Bojic, and great job by the official stepping in between both of them to calm things down. I didn't see what transcended. Yamada. Well, Luka Bojic just got to let go of the ball. Just put it down. You've just scored. when you're leading by as many points as you are, just let it go through. Before, actually, they played in the European continents of competition, but also with Rytas Vilnius. So legendary former Croatian player telling Luka Božić, hey, knock it off, behave yourself. Now we're into 6 minutes. Still Dario Saric. Could we get 3 more assists for a triple-double? What a Croatian sensation that would be here in window 3. 4 points tonight for Carrington. Now moves up to 6. Really missed that mid-range, lethal shooting from him. Antonio Giordano. Well, there's the mid-range. That's up. I think they should just make Dario Saric point forward. Let him get the ball. Let both him and Mario have a triple-double in this window. Yamada, nice backdoor. Good read finish, and now he goes up to 19 points. As always, a true professional performance from Yamada. Smith kicks out in the corner. Nice baseline penetration. Pump fakes, goes in and finishes. Oh, Božić now becoming the 5th Croatian player. No, I stand corrected. The 6th Croatian player in double figures. He's got 11. Israel continue to battle. Now Mario Hezonja is going to come back into the game. Will he come in for Dario Saric? Guy Palatin kicks out. Ariel has to put this one up. Well, they don't beat the buzzer. Well, Croatia have numbers. They'll go for another 3. Trica! Valalepo said that man Antonio as he knocks down indeed the 11th three-pointer of the night for Croatia. Timeout is going to be called by Ali Albed Halafmi, a 30-point lead to the Sensations. Well, they've got into the second round. That is the positive note for Israel. Those 2 wins against Cyprus, but with only 2 victories. Competition just gets tougher and tougher in windows 4, 5, and 6 to try and solidify and qualify for Doha 2027 Basketball World Cup. You look at the free throw counts of both teams. Croatia missing 6 free throws. Israel only missing 3. But Croatia's three-point shooting, this is what I like to call the Trica cookout tonight. 11 out of 27, 40% for Hrvatska. What a game. What a finish inside the paint from Luka Božić. I repeat, that made him the 6th Croatian in double figures. Outstanding performance from him. Well, no triple-double for Dario Saric. as Super Mario is back in the game. Sharks just needed 3 assists. Nice take, unable to finish, and there is Mario Hezonja's double-double. 10 rebounds, 10 points. Unlikely he's going to get another triple-double. He's got 4 assists tonight. Never say never. There's a kick out. There's a pump fake. Now Israel. Adam Ariel goes for another 3. That's a little too short, and a foul is going to be called. I think that's on. Yep, that's going to be called against Dolinski. That will be his 4th personal foul of the game. Well, 3 players with double doubles. No surprise. Mario, Dario, and Ivica. Hezonja. A little bit harder to pick up those assists when neither Ivica Zubac or Dario Saric is on the floor. As Dom Yakov will go all the way and finish this one. Can't get down now, back to 28 points. Still over 3 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. Well, they'll go for another one. A 12 Trica. A 12 3-pointer for the Croatians. And this 3-point shooting has been sensational. Back to 31. Watch, it's the biggest lead of the game, excuse me. Dolinski trying to post up. Goes in. That's a good finish from him. A strong take. That's only his 1st field goal tonight. 2 points for Dolinski. Hezonja heavily defended. Matched up by Adam Ariel. Surely another one maybe from the 3-point line. Well, they throw it away. They try to find Hezonja. Now here comes Yamada. Has numbers. Noam Yakov will finish this one in transition. Well, he is going to be a bright player for the future for sure, Noam Yakov. So quick, so explosive. And Israel with only 1 less point in transition than the Croatians tonight. Smith wants to split the defense. Noam Yakov will come up with it. Now he'll go to 21 points. Oh, now they have more fast break points. I think Israel just missed some key players. Players not available for this window. You look at that, still a positive sign. 21 points Israel's been able to convert from the 17 turnovers of Croatia. Little mid-range pull-up. Well, made that 7 players in double figures as Antonio Giordano now moves up to 10. Incredible display of collective synergy tonight here for Croatia. And I don't think any defense is going to be applied with under 90 seconds. Yakov now up to 8. More changes. Not a lot of time there in that 4th quarter for Mario Hezonja. But job very much well done tonight. As the Croatians, I believe, which is inevitable, will remain top of Group E. 25-point advantage. Now Krešimir Radovčić checks into the lineup here for Hrvatska. Just 19 years of age. Nice take inside the paint. Well, my corrections, Krešimir Radovčić. Gee, 29 years of age. My corrections indeed. Nice little take there, and it's going to be a trip to the free throw line for Danko Brankovic. Well, Danko Brankovic currently playing with Rio Breogin, so they'll be in the Basketball Champions League qualifiers. 25-year-old currently stands at 214 centimeters. Well, could we see him in the BCL next season? They'll have to qualify through the BCL qualifiers. Unable to get the second free throw. Guy Palatine coming up with a rebound. Final minute for both teams here in round 1. We'll see them both in round 2. Noam Yakov twisting, turning, unable to finish. And the putback just good in time there from Eitan Berg. Well, Croatia just want to keep scoring. Brankovic way off the mark. Israel coming up with a loose ball. Well, no doubt after this window, we'll see them all in August. At the end of August, a window for as we begin the second round. But because next 3 windows, 4, 5, and 6, will be played in August, November, and February. Zdanko Brankovic getting called for the foul. Dolinsky just a little short on the free throw. It's only the 4th missed free throw tonight for the Israelis, but they haven't attempted anywhere near enough to try to be competitive. Second one good. 45.6 seconds left. Pushing passing now here for the Croatians. Giordano. Little pick and roll. Brankovic goes in, and Zdanko Brankovic finishes in the paint of Rio Briogan. Well, only 2 Croatian players haven't scored tonight. Unlikely they're all going to score. As Guy Palatin goes in, doesn't get it. Well, Croatia can go for one final bucket. Giordano, Trica. Ho-ho! Idemo! Hrvatska! Another Trica, and it's become the Trica party tonight as Croatia, they will win this 103-75 against Israel. What a dominant performance tonight from the three-point line. Croatia, 13 three-point field goals and 3 double-doubles from Mario Hezonja, Dario Saric, and Ivica Zubac. Well, they finish Group E in round 1 of the Basketball World Cup qualifiers, 5-1. An incredible dominant performance. They haven't been to a FIBA Basketball World Cup since Spain 2014. And they put themselves in a very strong position indeed. Well, the Israelis will be going to round 2 as well, but with only 2 wins thus far. They just need a little bit of belief, a little bit of hope. And like I said, all 3 teams qualifying in this Group E. Germany, the Basketball World Cup defending champions. Croatia and Israel. Never say never, but Ajde, Idemo Hrvatska. They'll head in to round 2 with a record of 5-1. It's been 12 long years. Those Croatian fans, many of them who were children, many of them were young adults in the mid-90s, watching the late, great Drazen Petrovic, Dino Radja, as well as the sensation, the Croatian sensation, Toni Kukoc. Could Croatia make a comeback for Doha 2027 for the Basketball World Cup? Well, we'll find out in round 2, but 5 wins and 1 defeat. That will tell you, definitely they're in a very good position. Well, what an atmosphere we've had tonight in this beautiful city of Osijek in Croatia. We'll take a look at some of the key stats very soon, and then we'll run down the best highlights from this game. Well, Croatia only scored 11 points off of Israel's turnovers. They had 18 fast break points in the end. You look at the three-point count, 43% from downtown, but it was the damage in the paint. 38 points inside the key for Croatia, and they actually finished better off from second chance points, 17-19. And you look at that, 45-25 on the rebounds. Well, even though Giordano, was the 3rd leading scorer, 3 double-doubles tonight for Croatia. Ivica Zubac, Dario Saric, and Super Mario Hezonja. Yamada led all scorers this evening with 21. We'll take a look at the highlights from this game. An outstanding performance tonight here from the Croatians. Well, look at that from Giordano. 7 players in double figures. And the Israelis, you got to think there is talented players in this national team. Many of them unavailable, of course, in this window, but for sure we're going to see them in the second round when we start window number 4 in August. Because as I mentioned, competition only gets tougher. Trica party tonight in Osijek. And even Luka Božić, 1 out of 5 from downtown. That time, David Škada, who did finish with 13 points. I'm a little bit disappointed. Coach Mijatovic taking out Dario Saric when he only needed 3 assists to get to a triple-double. But Ajde Hrvatska, Idemo Hrvatska. It's a team effort. And that was the baseline play by Luka Božić, finishing inside the paint, finishing this evening with 11 points. And while I'll repeat one more time, number 29, Luka Božić, is indeed a free agent. So, GMs, head coaches, take notice. What a great performance tonight from Croatia's backcourt guard. 196 centimeters. Averaged 10.3 points per game so far and 3 rebounds in all 5 games. The only game he was scoreless was the one he didn't get in, which was against Cyprus in the opener. Well, we'll take a look at the standings here in Group E. But what a magnificent midway we've got so far here in the Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Croatia, 5-1, just like Germany, but winning that head-to-head means they'll finish top of Group E. And Israel will be joining both Germany and Croatia in the second round. Unfortunately for Cyprus, winless. They have been eliminated. Well, fans, we thank you for joining us. But for now, here in Osijek, Croatia, it's good night, goodbye, and God bless. We'll see you in a window 4 in the second round of the 2027 FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers. Congratulations, Croatia.